The last person to look up. Everyone in Briar Hollow knew the rule. It wasn't written anywhere. There were no signs, no warnings from the police, no town meetings. It lived only in whispers, passed from parent to child in low voices meant to scare and protect at the same time. If you hear your name called outside after midnight, don't look up. No one could say where the rule came from. Some claimed it was older than the town itself, older than the church, older than the first roads carved into the hills. Others said it appeared after the first disappearance, though no one could remember who that was. What everyone did remember was this: the ones who looked up never came back. Noah Mercer arrived in Briar Hollow on an overcast evening in late October, when the sky felt too low and the trees stood bare like watching figures. He had chosen the town deliberately, small, isolated, and stained with just enough unexplained history to make it interesting. Noah was a journalist, though investigator fit him better. He chased stories that didn't want to be found. After his mother's death, sudden, violent, unresolved, he developed a habit of searching for answers in places where people preferred silence. Briar Hollow felt like that kind of place. As he unloaded boxes from his car, the quiet pressed in around him. No traffic, no voices. Just the faint creaking of trees and the distant sound of wind sliding through the hills. That was when the neighbor appeared. The man looked as though he'd grown out of the ground itself. Thin, hunched, with skin like old paper, and eyes too sharp for his age. He stood at the edge of Noah's driveway, watching. "Yeah," Noah replied, "just moved in." The man nodded slowly, then stepped closer. His grip closed around Noah's wrist with surprising strength. "Listen to me," he said urgently. "If you hear someone call your name at night, don't look up." Noah blinked, startled. Okay." The man's eyes searched Noah's face, as if memorizing it. "I mean it," he whispered. "Above is where it waits." Then he let go and walked away, disappearing between the houses. Noah laughed it off. He would regret that. The first night passed quietly. The second night, however, Noah woke just after midnight with a strange feeling that he wasn't alone. The room was dark, but not silent. There was a subtle pressure in the air, like the house was holding its breath. Noah lay still, listening. Then he heard it. "Noah." The voice drifted in through his open window, soft and gentle. His heart skipped. It sounded exactly like his mother. She'd used that tone when he was a child, calm, reassuring, calling him home for dinner. "Mom?" he whispered without thinking. The voice came again. "I can't see you, Noah. Look up." His body tensed, instinct screaming at him to move, to rush to the window. But suddenly, the neighbor's warning came crashing back into his mind. "Don't look up." Noah squeezed his eyes shut and turned his face toward the wall. The voice lingered, repeating his name over and over, growing more impatient with each call. Finally, just before dawn, it stopped. The silence that followed felt heavier than the voice itself. The next morning, Noah started researching. Briar Hollow had an unusually high number of missing persons for a town its size. No bodies, no suspects, no evidence. The disappearances stretched back decades, maybe longer. Every case shared unsettling similarities. Victims vanished from their homes at night, doors locked, windows intact, no signs of forced entry. And in several witness statements, the same phrase appeared. They heard their name being called from above. Above. Noah felt a chill crawl up his spine. One report struck him harder than the rest. Evelyn Cross, age 9, disappeared at 12:41 a.m. The notes were sparse. Only one line stood out, scribbled in shaky handwriting by a responding officer. Child found, standing at bedroom window, eyes fixed upward. Gone moments later. No recovery, no explanation. The second night, the voice returned. But this time, it was different. "Noah, The sound came from directly above his house, not the window. And this time, it was his own voice, perfectly replicated, even the subtle rasp in his throat. "You're being difficult," it said calmly. The ceiling creaked. Something heavy shifted across the roof. Dust fell onto the floor. Noah pressed himself flat against the bed, staring at the carpet as shadows slid unnaturally across the ceiling. He could hear movement now, slow, deliberate crawling. Whatever it was enormous. By the third day, the town felt wrong. People avoided him. Conversations stopped when he entered rooms. Shopkeepers closed early, locking doors before sunset. The old neighbor finally approached him again. "You heard it," the man said. "Didn't you?" "What is it?" Noah demanded. The man swallowed. "We don't know, because the ones who see it don't survive." "Why does it call names?" "Because it needs permission," the man whispered. "Eye contact is consent." Noah's stomach twisted. "And once you look, it takes you," the man said. "Not your body, you." That night, Noah prepared. He boarded his windows, covered mirrors, turned off every light. He sat on the floor in the center of the room, eyes fixed downward, forcing himself to stay awake. At 12:39 a.m., the air turned cold. At 12:40, the house groaned under unfamiliar weight. At 12:41, it spoke. "Noah, why are you hiding?" The ceiling bent inward like soft flesh. Through a widening crack, Noah saw movement. Too many limbs, joints bending the wrong way, skin stretched thin over something impossibly large. "Everyone else looked," it crooned. "They wanted to see me." Tears streamed down Noah's face as the thing pressed closer. "Look up," it begged. "No," Noah whispered. The house screamed. They found Noah's house the next morning. The roof was gone. Not destroyed, removed, as if something had peeled it away. Noah was never found, but now, when midnight passes in Briar Hollow, people hear a new voice drifting from above their homes. A desperate one, a warning. Please, don't look up. And the rule still stands, because the last person who broke it never stopped calling.